Hi everyone, I'm Michael Schneider.
And I'm Emily Longeretta. Welcome to Variety's Award Circuit, where we're looking into some of the key television categories at this year's SAG Awards on February 26th. This time out, we're looking at the female actor categories.
I don't know how this is going to end.
Me neither.
I mean, when you look at Quinta Brunson from Abbott Elementary, Jean Smart from Hacks, who won last year, Christina Applegate for the final season of Dead to Me, Jenna Ortega for Wednesday, and then Rachel Brosnahan, who's also a previous winner for The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which is ending its run soon. But nonetheless, it could go any direction.
These are all such different kinds of comedies. They're so not just a sitcom. Dead to Me almost is a drama in a way. There is a lot of darkness in that. And Wednesday, of course, it's completely different. It's for a very different audience than
very
say,
dry.
Hacks. Exactly. So I think it's interesting that it's a different caliber, but also, like you said, a mix of old and new.
And you got to love that Abbott Elementary, a broadcast network show, they do many more episodes than the rest of these,
yes.
That they are really in the running. And if anything, Quinta's probably the front runner, probably because, we really can just appreciate the amount of work that she puts into this show.
Absolutely. I think the same does go for Jenna Ortega. It could be kind of a spoiler. She hasn't won yet at an award show for Wednesday, but a lot of people are talking about Wednesday.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And if SAG wants to be in front of the Emmys and be the first to award her something major, there's a possibility.
That's right. All right, next up, another stacked race for drama. We have Jennifer Coolidge for The White Lotus, Zendaya for Euphoria, Julia Garner and Laura Linney, each for Ozark, and Elizabeth Debicki in The Crown. This Ozark race, again, with Laura Linney and Julia Garner, of course there's a chance they could cancel each other out, but we all know everyone loves Julia Garner.
Julia Garner wins every award, I think, that she's nominated for, pretty much.
But so does Jennifer Coolidge.
And so does Zendaya. So, this is the interesting thing about having White Lotus and Euphoria in the same category is, at other award shows, including the Emmys, Jennifer Coolidge and Zendaya are not up against each other. Yeah. That and also Jennifer Coolidge would go in a supporting category most likely, since that's a big ensemble. But in the case of SAG, where there is no supporting category, everyone just goes in. So same with Julia Garner and Laura Linney going up against each other where they normally wouldn't.
Yeah,
so
and then there's Elizabeth Debicki, and we know that SAG once upon a time really loved The Crown, and Elizabeth Debicki is incredible as Princess Diana, so I wouldn't even be surprised if she pulled out this win, even though The Crown hasn't been in the conversation as much this time around. She still puts on quite a performance. This
is a tough one to predict because when in doubt, I would either go with Jennifer Coolidge in a category, and then I would go with Zendaya in a category. I would go with Julia Garner in a category. When you put them all up against each other, I don't know. I'm just throwing my hands up in the air. I don't know. It could go any direction. Probably leaning towards Coolidge just because she's become the award show. Everyone wants to see her give a speech.
Yeah.
And so I think she did herself some huge favors at the Globes. Now we just want to continue to see what she's going to say at every award show.
She's so fun. And I think also the plus side with Coolidge is that The White Lotus was so recent. Ozark was a while ago. So I think people have kind of somehow forgotten a little bit.
So we'll see. Well, on to the limited and movies category where, again, we've got some favorites. We've got Amanda Seyfried, who has won consistently for The Dropout, including the Emmy and also the Globe. You got Niecy Nash-Betts for Dahmer, Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer stories. We've got Julia Garner for Inventing Anna, Jessica Chastain for George and Tammy, and Emily Blunt for The English.
Those last two are a little bit surprises for me.
Yeah, nice to see some love for both of them. First of all, George and Tammy, Jessica Chastain is fantastic as Tammy Wynette. Really great to see that. Love seeing Niecy Nash-Betts here. Another career that's just phenomenal, and to see the growth through the years and the fact that she's being recognized, I love it. I will say that Amanda Seyfried can't miss right now with The Dropout. Even though that was a while ago, still a show that we fondly remember just how great it was. Her awkward dancing as Elizabeth Holmes. There was just so much to that show that was fantastic.
But I think there is, Emily Blunt snuck in there a little bit with The English because not many people, I think, are talking about that show, but it's another example of a Western that's rising above, and we know that that's all the rave right now. So I would never count out Emily Blunt.
You're sticking up for your Emilys. I understand.
And my Westerns.
Emilys. And your Westerns.
Just going all for it. All right, guys, that's it for now. Join us again next time for another edition of Award Circuit.
Thanks for watching.